viewers. Today we are going to see the topic about overview of software process and process structures. Now, what is meant by software process? A software process is nothing but it is a structure of set of activities, actions and tasks performed to develop, deliver and maintain a software product. It provides an organization approach so that the software development does not depend only on individual effort or formal decision. That means the definition is this one, that the definition which has a set of activities, actions and tasks to be performed to develop and deliver and maintain a software product. This is known as software process. How the software process will works now? The software process which guides the development team to understand the customer needs to deliver a working of a software system. For that, different projects may have used different process models, but most software process contains a common engineering activities, that is a well-defined process which has a proper planning, coordination and product quality and project visibility. This is known as software process. Next, why do we need a software process? What is the importance to have a software process? That is, we have four main importance of software process. First one is planning, next one is quality, next one is coordination, next one is risk control, then repeatability, successful project. You all may know that what is meant by planning. Planning is nothing but it has every process will have a planning. So it mainly focus on the estimate effort, what are all the resource having, then schedule, then project milestones. These all come under planning. Then coordination is nothing but a group of people or how the team members and stakeholders work together is known as coordination. Then comes to quality, what quality of content we have. That means how the reviewers or testers can test their product, how quality has been occurred in our project, that can be come under quality. Then what is meant by risk management? It's nothing but it's mainly focused on to identify and respond to technical schedules and project risk. Repeatability is nothing but the same systematic approach can be reused towards the project is known as repeatability. Then what is the generic software process framework? The generic software framework is nothing but we have communication, planning, modeling, instructions, then deployment. This all will be comes under a general software process framework. Communication is nothing but you can interact with the stakeholders based on the objectives and requirements. Planning, we have seen that before. Then modeling is nothing but how to create or design the based on the requirements, how to design the project. That all comes under modeling. Then construction is nothing but it's a development part, coding and testing has been done under construction. Then deployment is nothing but how the product has been delivered, what are the feedbacks comes under the customers, that can become under deployment. Then first, how a process can be organized, we are going to see. Next is how the process structure has been organized. First, we focus on the process framework which have the overall structure of the software engineering work. Then each framework activity contains one or more software engineering actions. Then what is meant by an action? An action is nothing but it's it will be divided into a task. It has a large number of space. Action, it will be divided into small number of tasks and describes what work to be performed, that will come under action. Task, produce the what work product we should be next to do, that will be comes under this. Then what are all the activities and as actions task has been occurred now? Activity is nothing but it's mainly focus on the software engineering objectives. Then it has a major stages how it will work. For example, communication or modeling or comes under activity, while action is nothing but it has a collection of related tasks with an activity. For this action we are going to the example as requirement allegations with communication. Then what are all the tasks we have performed? A specific unit of work has been performed by a team is known as task. For example, interview users and record requirements. The next slide is how the process will workflow. this in here, first we will focus on the communication. After communication, the information sends to the planning team, then plan the futures of how to process will have. Then after planning, it will move to the model, how the model should be occurred, that has been discussed. Then they will build the software process. Then after that only it's come under like a sequential order and linear flow content. Next, how it works the product and what are all the qualities we have. What is the output and control points? Here we are going to see now. First, in software development process, first workers requirement analysis. That means what are all the requirements need to the software. Then how the software will next going to the designer, how the software will be able to design, what are all the models, what are all the designs, how to design. That the team will work under designing team. Then after that coding part, the development team will uh, develop the coding part, and after that they will send the data to the testing team. The tester will test the automatically and manual testing. After that it will be delivered to the client. So these are all the topics have been discussed detailed in software process and process structures. Thank you.